Now, everybody, I've got some good news. The Flight Simulator 2020 has gotten better than ever. Yes, everybody, welcome back to the Flight Simulator 2020, and we finally have a 737 for it. That's actually good. I mean, we've had the 737 MAX. That really sucked. But no, this is proper, everybody. This is from PMDG, a very renowned add-on developer. They actually did release their 737-700 yesterday. You can buy it now for $69, which I think is a price that is definitely not a coincidence. But here we go. In today's video, it's time to find out, is it worth spending $69 on it? And you know, I hate to spoiler it for everyone, but yes, it is. Let me today tell you why. Yes. Now, first of all, if you do decide to buy this plane for $69, you get 3 planes included, 3 variants of the 737-700. The 700 with a normal passenger configuration, the 700 with a BDSF configuration, which is a cargo variant, and also we've got the BBJ, the 737's edition of a private jet, a big private jet. Let's try that one out later on. Let's first of all focus on the passenger variants though. Now, first of all, let's go ahead and jump into the cockpit and turn this plane on. Right now, it's in a cold and dark state. And let me just say, of course, I mean, it's PMDG. It's of course realistic. It is not like 100%, for example, the circuit breakers, they don't work. Which is like a big shame, right? I mean, okay, that's totally ruined it for me now. I mean, it's very ridiculous of a thought. But these days, we do have planes that have, you know, implemented circuit breakers you can put out for some reason. Now everything's ready. Let's go ahead and get some fuel in here and turn that APU engine on. Here we go. Of course, all of this is realistic, just like it should be. I mean, come on now. All right, let's go. APU's coming on. That is looking real nice. Oh, yeah. I'm so glad that this plane has finally been released. I mean, it's been months. We've been literally waiting. So this is really nice. I mean, the 737 is my most favorite plane after all. Anyway, what we can already see turned on is the MCDU, the FMC of the 737, which for us is really important here. For example, I mean, we don't have like an iPad or something to interact with our plane to close those doors, for example. No, we have to do it via the MCDU. For that one, let's go to FS Actions. Here we can really manage the whole plane. You know, for example, we have to get rid of those stairs right here. We have to press it here in the FMC, which is really nice. Here we go. It's disconnecting. Doors closing. Everything's going on. Very nice and realistic. Look at that. Also, let's get rid of the wheel chocks right there. This is what I'm talking about. And you know what? I think this gives you a little bit more of a realistic experience. I like this one. Now, by the way, something else you can do right here is go to aircraft, and we have some failures here. Let's check those out later on. All right, let's turn on the APU generator. Looking good. Now we've got some proper electricity on board and some air conditioning. Looking good. Then it's time to align the inertial reference system right here. Here we go. Now we have to. This is a normal 737, you know, operation, just like we've seen it before on the Zibo 737 from X-Plane, right? Here we go. Very straightforward. Let's go ahead and now turn on those engines. For that one, let's go ahead and use these ground starters right here. APU bleed's going well, and we should be able to see some spinach come on here very soon. There we go. Yes, engines are actually starting. Looking good. Now let's go ahead and quickly turn on that yaw damper right here, and pretty much your plane is ready to go, really. Now it's time to start taxiing. Let's go ahead and do that now. Very simple. And yes, we're moving the first inches in the 737-700 for the flight simulator. Now, should I cheat on the... Let's cheat on the runway. Let's go ahead and take off. I mean, something I do very much like about the 737 is especially its very crazy performance. Here we go. And let me just say, this plane has some crazy performance in the Flight Simulator 2020. Let's go, full power. Yes. There we go, already 100 knots. This thing practically doesn't need a runway in this Flight Simulator. I like that. Yeah, you know, the performance is even so crazy that some people are debating the realism of the physics. I mean, like, look how little runway we just used. We can pretty much land this plane everywhere. Yeah, you know what? I can actually very well demonstrate the very crazy performance of this plane by landing it at Courchevel Airport right here. Now, this is the BBJ version, the private jet. Now, the thing is, we can't really even see into the private jet cabin of this thing, really, because this is a bit of a shame. We cannot actually open the door and get into it. That's really a little bit sad. The cabin isn't very nicely done. I mean, I've really tried everything. I've even, you know, tried opening the flight deck door this way. It just won't work, and we're crashing probably, right? Good one. But yeah, this is the BBJ, the private one. Now, I showcased something earlier in the FMC here, and I meant this one right here, the failure menu that you have implemented into the MCDU. Yes, indeed, there are 4 pages here, and even fire. Yes, we can have an engine fire, I guess. Can we, do this now? Engine 1 fire, activate, execute. Oh yeah, we've got an engine 1 fire, everybody. Now, I'm still going to continue my approach, of course, into Courchevel, though. What's sad here, though, is that we don't have any fire animated. This is not anything crazy of a failure simulation, which is a bit sad. Now, shut up now. Okay, fire's fixed. Lol. Now, everybody, let's go back to the main mission. Courchevel, let's do that.
Caution, terrain.
All right, we can hear some beautiful terrain warnings. They've really done the warnings nicely. I love that. It is very fun to crash this plane. That sounds wrong. All right, it's coming for a bit of a landing now. Okay, looking good. You know what I really like about this plane is also the handling. This plane handles very nicely. Pretty much like it does probably in real life. I mean, that's like the thing. Never flown the 737. Oh, God. All right, let's do it now. All right, it's been a rather hard landing. Let's go ahead and quickly stop this plane. I mean, Reiner flies the 737. Shouldn't be that big of a... Yes, and it's not even an issue at all. There we go. That's been a crash, honestly. That's not been good. But you know, this is what I meant with the performance of the 737. It's quite performance-y indeed. Very quickly stops, which can also be a very fun part. Look at the passengers. They're amused. Good one. Now, one last thing I would really like to do is actually have a little bit of a cheat look into the cabin, even though we officially can't do that. We can just enter the drone camera right here and just enter it this way. Kind of cheat ourselves into the airplane. Looking good. All right, this is the BBJ configuration. And actually, it doesn't look bad. Oh, it's a shame that they actually haven't added it in properly. But here we go. Welcome to the lavatory. There's even a little shower built in here, which is kind of ridiculous. I like this. Maybe one day, if I get like 10 million subscribers, we'll be flying around on this thing. Yeah, you know, this actually does look nice. We've got some croissants right here. Okay, they've really cared about the details indeed. I like this. So yeah, I'm honestly impressed. Now, $70, is it worth it? Definitely yes. This is not, of course, ultra expensive. I mean, we've had planes for $120, but those were a lot more realistic even than this one right here. This is not as realistic as it gets, but again, very much comparable to like the Zibo 737 we've had before. Very good. Again, something that sucks a little bit is that I'm not like an official 737 pilot, so I cannot really properly judge this, but this does look very good. Especially looks very convincing here. I like this. You know, with these kind of planes, I always ask myself the question, well, what can be improved? Maybe circuit breakers, but that's ridiculous. So yes, everybody, that's the PMDG 737. And again, my most favorite plane released for the flight simulator. I'm very excited to fly this around in the streams at Courchevel Airport. Apparently it works. And so, thank you guys for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, good night. Now, thank you to all my members here on YouTube, like Mike, Jacob, Tanner, Mubarak, Darren K, Oman the Human, Robbie, Tim, Matt, Sleepy Boy, Calvin, Kelly Chaos, Ryland, Moritz, Jackie Boy, New York, Shadow, Noah, and Death Rider.